Welcome to Grazing Hell, the only podcast made by a cow. Yeah, no, I'm pretty confident about that. I mean, there are thousands and thousands of podcasts out there, but I think the odds are in our favour. I'm pretty confident this is the only one. Like, I'm 83% confident, so I think those odds are pretty good. Yeah, 83%. Yeah, so this is probably the only podcast made by a cow. I wouldn't die on that hill, but I'm pretty confident about it. So yeah, welcome to the first ever episode. I've actually never been on a podcast, so you're really seeing me just dive straight into the deep end, which is unfortunate because I actually can't swim. Fun fact. Which I probably shouldn't share because my enemies will now know that. And then, I mean, not that I have enemies, but you know what I mean? Like the people in the comments that don't like me now know that I can't swim. So if they want to, do irreparable harm like death, they could push me in a body of water, and that would be bad. Let's hope that doesn't happen. I mean, I'd have to be near a body of water, so, I live in London, so there's the Thames. I guess, yeah, someone could push me in the Thames. Damn. I'm just giving you ideas, aren't I? I probably should stop giving you ideas on how to kill me. Anyway, thank you for tuning in to the first episode. I'm just gonna sort of, talk about some stuff. Wow, this is already going so well. I'm gonna talk about some stuff on a podcast. Damn, I'm a natural, aren't I? Okay, anyways. So just for the visual people, for the people that are watching, I would like to share what I'm wearing today to follow the footsteps of Mike's mic. I'm wearing if you've seen my most viewed video, it's on the Pick Me Girl phenomenon. I'm wearing the vest I wore in that, which says needy. Because let's be honest, I'm a needy girl. And I've also got a little sticker here which says I was brave today by Bunny's Tattoos, because yesterday I got a last minute tattoo with Bunny, aka Meg. She's called Bunny's Tattoos on Instagram if you want to check her out. She's my tattoo artist. Well, not mine. It makes it sound like I'm one of those rich people that has like a home chef. Like, she's my tattoo artist. She lives in the basement. She's like a pet. And I just make her give me tattoos whenever. No, that's not. Let's just forget I said that. That's a bad joke. The unfortunate thing is that you actually can't edit audio, so I'm stuck with that. I can't unsay that. Here we are. You've listened to me make some very unfunny jokes already, and we're only, 2 minutes in? Anyway, so yeah, Meg, I got a last minute tattoo and it's like a little flower. I won't show you it because it's still got something called second skin on it, which is basically like a fancy cling film. And it's got all like the tattoo juice around it, which, you don't want to see that. So once it's healed, I'll show you it. Yeah, so I've now got, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I've got 6 tattoos now. That's pretty balmy, isn't it? Because I actually, fun fact, used to be someone who really didn't like tattoos. I was that annoying friend that if my friend got a tattoo, I'd be like, oh, aren't you worried about how it'll look when you go wrinkly? And they'd be like, no, I actually don't fear aging, which is an admirable trait because I do fear aging. I had my birthday recently and I turned an age that I didn't want to turn. God, I make it sound like I'm really old. I'm not. Actually, you know what? I don't think I've ever shared how old I am with the subscriptions. But the thing is, I kind of like the mystery of it. Like, it's not a secret. Like, if you know, that's fine. But I'm kind of curious to first hear how old you think I am without any knowledge or any hint. And then I'll say if that's right or wrong, because I'd like to hear your honest opinion. Let me know how old you think I am, because it really differs from person to person. I've had a comment accusing me of being 40. Likewise, I get told I look 12 a lot. So it's really it really depends on who you ask. And another thing, so today I do not have the skinny legend with me, Siggy. So in honour, and sorry for the audio listeners, but basically to the video people, I am showing them a portrait, spelled P-A-W, trait, of Siggy to make up for the fact that she's not here today. This is actually by Audrey, who did the artwork for this podcast, and I just love her work so much. I mean, look at she even got her neck wrinkles and everything. How cute is that? Oh, so yeah, because Siggy's not with us in person, she's gonna be here in spirit via her portrait. Why is Siggy not here today? Well, let's talk about that. This studio that I've hired, that I'm borrowing, does actually allow dogs, but I don't know if you know this. I'm going to tell you something. Siggy can be kind of annoying. Now, don't tell her I said that, okay? But let's just be honest. When I'm trying to do shit, like focus, film a video, or whatever, she will make noises, demand attention, and just be annoying. Now, I'm telling you this in confidence. This is just between you and I. So if I come home and she's found out that I've said these things about her, I'll know that you told her. So don't tell her. Otherwise, I'll be very upset. So yeah. So for today's episode, I'm going to talk about two things, assuming I have time. I'm going to first talk about Twitter. I know, you might need to get some bourbon or coffee or whatever it is you do to drown your sorrows, because holy shidoo, Twitter is cursed. I know that's a hot take, but I cannot stress how cursed Twitter is. Like, on the one hand, you've got some really, really funny people who come out with these witty zingers 24/7, and it's great, it's very entertaining. But then on the flip side, you've got Twitter users. You've got people that don't necessarily make tweets unless it's to quote tweet people to say how outraged they are. So yeah, it's just a lot. Now, there are things to be angry about. I mean, I talk about how bad people are all the time, you know, if people don't want people to have equal rights, that's really bad. But then there's people who get upset over things that you just sort of think, wow, I did not anticipate that anyone could possibly be upset over that. So that's what we're going to talk about today. I'm going to give you a few examples of the most cursed sort of backlashes I've seen to tweets. But to preface this, I want to bring up a tweet by Mina Lay. Mina's amazing. She basically has a fashion channel on YouTube, and it's all about fashion history, the social sort and political stuff around fashion. Really fantastic stuff. I would really recommend her video on Lana Del Rey, and it's all about the downfalls of having a persona and how Lana's persona at first was very, beneficial and lucrative for her, but how it's kind of come to bite her in the arse. So it's fascinating. Go watch it. She's a great creator, and she's grown incredibly quickly. She's already, I think she's like on 600k, and I believe, I could be wrong, but I think she started around the same time I did. So I think she started in quarantine. So yeah, mad. Anyways, she has Twitter, and she made a tweet which I thought really sums up Twitter. Stan culture is so diseased. Let us make light-hearted jokes about incredibly rich people without it being called bullying. And yep, you hit the nail on the head. So if you're somehow not aware of stan culture, it's basically stans are more than fans, and they are people that would die for their pop star or actor or whoever it is they're obsessed with. And they tend to just get very, 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 very defensive of these people that will never ever know who they are over things that aren't even bad. Like, if you see someone body shaming an actor, like with the whole thing with Billie Eilish, yeah, go off on them because they're being a dick. But sometimes you see things and you just think, whoa, chillax. I had this recently, funnily, speaking of Lana Del Rey, I don't know if you remember, I did a video on the Deplorable Choir, a bit like a where are they now kind of thing. And because one of their members left, who was called, I don't fucking know what her name was, I don't know. Anyway, we'll call her Sarah. Sarah left, and I had a little bit in the video where I talk about, okay, we're going to hold auditions for the next member of Deplorable Choir, and I mention Mrs. Gun Girl. I'm not going to say her name because I don't want to give her free clout. You know who she is, Gun Girl. Or Lana Del Rey, and her fans were not happy about that joke. I didn't think much of it, and basically the joke was that, I don't know if you saw, a while ago on Instagram, she kind of went on this tirade. Basically, she made this post where she went on a tirade against mostly women of colour, except Ariana Grande. I believe Ariana Grande was mentioned in it. Basically saying, oh, these women, sexualize themselves, but you don't give them shit, but you say I'm glorifying abuse. And it's like, you do realise Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion, got endless complaints from, right-wing media saying they're ruining the children because they can't be asked to raise their own children. And also, it's like, where do you live? What planet do you live on, Lana? And here's the thing. I am not a big fan of Lana's music. I find it kind of boring, so I don't really... I've not listened to much of it. What I would say is, yeah, I think female artists get critiqued much more harshly than male artists. Like, yeah, duh. However, she does have a lyric which goes something along the lines of his punches felt like kisses. So to say that you've not glorified abuse is kind of patently untrue, Lana. Now, here's the thing. Before, again, her stans are going to get annoyed with me. You're allowed to express what you want to express and say what you want to say because we have freedom of speech. But at the same time, if people feel that you are glorifying something toxic, they are also entitled to say that. This is the thing with a lot of artists. They don't want to take bad reviews. Now, do I think some critics can be sexist and that sexism just kind of colours their whole review? Absolutely. However, you've got to understand that people will read things into your work that you maybe didn't think they would. And that's kind of ironic because this is me saying, I don't know how Lana's dads got so upset by a harmless joke. I guess, you know what? Okay, maybe you know what? They're fine. They can get upset. That being said, it's just funny because it's over someone who's very powerful. In fact, actually, interestingly, someone commented like, hey, you probably shouldn't make jokes about her because she's a woman who gets abuse every single day. And I'm like, right, okay, but like, she's super duper famous, right? And what I said wasn't even, I literally made like a joke, and I can't be held responsible for the people that give her abuse and also for the people that criticize her rightly. Like, I don't know, it just seems a bit silly to say that. That just seems like a bad argument, especially considering I'm just a little old YouTuber and Lana would never ever know who I am. So now, let's go to my first tweet example, which is by a actor/comedian, I believe, called Dana Donnelly, and she made this tweet. Let me just read it to you. It goes like this. One time I complimented this girl's graphic tee and she was like, oh thanks, it was my grandpa's. I got it when he died. Then the next day I saw the same shirt at an Urban Outfitters. Wild that one of the last things her grandpa must have done was shop at Urban Outfitters. So it's a joke, right? The joke is that grandpa was shopping at Urban Outfitters like the day he died. It's just a little goof. It's not like, you know, ha 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 funny. It's just like a little huh. Yeah, that is funny. People did not take well to this tweet. They did not see the humor in it. They thought it was bullying. So Dana's, I believe her burner account, it's not her main account, she posted another tweet with some screenshots saying, truly, who are you people, LMAO? And let me read you some of the responses she got. Urban Outfitters literally reprints new versions of old vintage t-shirts. It probably was her grandpa's, and Urban Outfitters is just making reprints of them. Wild that you're making these assumptions about someone I assumed you don't really know, referring to her as this girl. Yeah, that's because this girl doesn't exist. It's made up. This next person said, staying far away from people who assume the worst of someone on the reg or someone's lying with no proof. Usually they're projecting because they know they're malicious in nature. And then someone else responds, or it's a joke. And then the first person who made the one about, you know, this girl said, literally no one will ever know. This whole conversation is pointless and brought on by someone's random need to judge a stranger for no reason. No, the whole conversation is brought on because you don't understand that it's a joke, homie. Okay, and you know the person who said, staying far away, even though you're literally commenting, you're in her replies, but whatever. This person said this. If you have to explain it's a joke, then it's not that... Wait, what? If you have to explain it's a joke, then it's not be that funny. Plus, I thought... Oh god, this bit. Plus, I thought we were done making jokes at other people's expense. Like, the whole joke is rooted in laughing at someone's assumptions about another person. Just gross. And then someone says about that person, I thought we were done making jokes. Obviously, that's a joke. Can we talk about that whole thing? Plus, I thought we were done making jokes at other people's expense. That's like 99% of jokes. And here's the thing. Now, I'm not saying this is the same person, but something I find very confusing about the internet is that a lot of people will say, okay, don't make jokes at other people's expense ever, even if they're not real or they're a really famous celebrity who will never know who you are and it's just a harmless jolly and literally they're thriving, they'll be fine. Don't do that ever. But then on the flip side, you get people that say you can't even make jokes about yourself. I don't know if you've seen that, but I've seen that every now and then where like people say, oh, you know, it's really bad for YouTubers to make self-deprecating jokes when they know they're really good looking and blah, 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 blah. And it's like, YouTubers are people. I mean, don't get me wrong. There are people that say like, oh God, I'm not sexy when they know they are. But like a lot of us are just normal dudes, you know. So when I make self-deprecating jokes, personally, like it's not because I hate myself, but also at the same time, like some of it is just because I like making fun of myself. And basically what I'm saying is that British people are just perpetually, chronically sarcastic. And the whole like being mean to each other, that's quite like a British thing, right? Like all my friends and I tease each other, but it's with love. Like we know that we're all hot as shit and we love each other. But we'll also take the piss out of each other, and that's fine, you know? Anyway, sorry. I'm getting sidetracked. Shall we read some more of these replies? You were so offended by this random person that it stuck with you an entire day? Your nose was so bent out of shape you remembered this shirt and had the time to make assumptions about her and tweet about it. Wow. Lady, it's not fucking real. It's made up. The girl doesn't exist. And then she tweets again, poor kid, leave her alone. You have not, and typos, better to tweet about? Okay, here's another one. No matter what the actual deal is here, your ugliness is showing and it ain't a good look. Urban Outfitters is a thrift store with extra steps. Literally go to a Goodwill, it's the same shit. Urban Outfitters is not a thrift store with extra steps. It's a store that uses, sweatshop labor. It's fast fashion. So to say that is just inaccurate. And yeah, they do make dupes and they do have like a vintage section, but come on. That's just wrong. Now, this is my favorite reply. I know the girl from the tweet. Her grandfather was a nut. They're defending a nut. And that's obviously a joke. It's great. Oh, it's great. Okay, now shall I give you another example? So for this next tweet, I'm going to first preface this by explaining to you what a Yorkie bar is. So Yorkies, I believe you can only get in the UK, and basically they're chocolate bars. That's it. Oh, wait, no, I should also explain. They don't do it anymore, but one of their big marketing campaigns in the noughties was it's not for girls, basically. So it would have like a stick woman with like a cross through and saying like girls aren't allowed to eat this, da 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 da. And it was just marketing, because then girls would be like, I'm gonna buy it. I did that. Now, here's the tweet. Feminism for me started when I was 8 and used to buy the Yorkie bars from the shop as my Friday treat, but I thought they were illegal to buy as a girl. So I thought myself and the shop lady were part of an underground Yorkie woman mafia movement or something. So it's like a cute little joke about, it's a joke. Jesus. But here are the replies. Nobody was that bothered about it back then. Different time in the world. Many women found it as funny as men. The adverts were done in a very tongue-in-cheek way. I find it sad that today humour, cheekiness, etc. is going because we're all too worried about someone will be offended. Sorry, I can't read. That's me saying that, by the way. I can't read. Sorry about that. So, yeah. Next person. Back when people had a sense of humour and product marketing could be tongue-in-cheek without people being triggered. Entirely harmless in the grand scheme of things, but something for the terminally offended and outraged to whine about. Shut up and make your fella a sandwich. That's a really original joke. I've never heard that one before. The whole make a sandwich because you're a woman. My guy, well done. You've broken comedy. So then the original tweeter posted a picture. It was from an ad campaign, like a real ad campaign at the time, with the Yorkie bar. And the slogan is... Oh, excuse me, sorry. The slogan is, you got the vote, be happy with that. Which is just so dumb. It's like... Anyway. And she tweeted saying, I was only vaguely aware of them when I was a kid, but holy fuck, how are ads like these allowed? And then someone responds, because it was a time when everyone wasn't offended by everything. Imagine being hurt by a chocolate bar advertisement. Imagine being hurt when there's black people in a Christmas advert for Sainsbury's. The boss. That's this Twitter guy's name. Yeah, imagine. The same people that get outraged by this shit, by black people existing, are the people that would see this advert and be like, oh, women are so triggered. I don't think she's triggered. I think she's just saying, like, this is weird. Like, this is weird that people found it funny. Because it's literally just saying, no girls. It's like when I was a kid, I would wear a t-shirt which would say, like, boys are stupid, throw rocks at them. It's like, I thought that was funny, and now I look back and I'm like, it's just weird. Like, why say that? I don't know. Anyways, so Twitter is cursed. I think we can agree on that, right? Yeah, we can agree on that, right? I don't know, maybe some of you will disagree. But yeah, Twitter scares me, and for that reason, I don't really tweet very much. I'm one of those people that just retweet, I know people make fun of that, but honestly, I'm just there for the goofs and the gaffs, for the funny jokes, because jokes are meant to be funny. Don't know if you know that. And for dogs and animals in general. Got some great animal tweets going on there. So yeah, I'm merely an observer. I'm not a participant of Twitter because it rightly scares the shit out of me. So yeah, that's kind of just the main topic of today's video. I am hoping in future to make these episodes longer. But today, because it was just the first episode, I wanted to just give you a little taste, a little taste of what this will be, and the kind of stuff I want to talk about. So yeah, that's kind of it really. Though next week I'm gonna have a guest, and I don't think you're going to be surprised at who it is because we've collabed before, but they're my favourite YouTube person that I've met. Oh, great. Wait, actually, I don't want to say that because they're one of my faves. Okay. Yeah. But they're great and I like them a lot. And they are, I'll give you a hint, they are a graduate of Limp Bizkit University. I'll give you another hint. They are, what's it called? What's their slogan? They a sexually broken loser. Is that what they got? Oh my god, they're gonna. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry, Jen, that I got it wrong. Is it like a fat sexually broken loser? Is that what your merch says? I'm sorry, my memory's bad. Basically, she's going to be on the pod next week. And I've got some more exciting guests lined up. Some queer fruits. There's another little hint there. Some, very, very exciting guests. I won't hint anymore. There's a few more that I've got potentially in the works, but it's not 100% confirmed. So yeah, I'll just leave you with that info. But yeah, if you have specific topics you want me to explore, then of course just let me know in the comments, or if there's some segments you want to see. I know on the Curtis Connor podcast he's got an advice segment, and I quite enjoy giving people advice, so maybe I'll try that out, with credit to our mayor, of course. Or just, I don't know, yeah, we'll just try some stuff out. I'm gonna, this first sort of few episodes, I'm gonna experiment a bit with different episode lengths and different segments. I'm not married to anything at the moment. Yeah, I'm just so excited to just chat shit. Raise hell, graze hell. So shout out to everyone who's watching and listening, and if you don't mind taking a moment to rate and review, even though this first episode was a bit messy. So maybe wait, if you're not sold on it, maybe wait to rate and review till the second and third come out. But yeah, anyway, if you liked it, rate and review. And that's it really. Just enjoy the rest of your day. Siggy and I love you very much. Let me just show you Siggy again. Oh, look at her. Look at her. Look at this gorgeous girl. Look at her. And don't tell her what I said about her being annoying earlier. I'll be very upset. It'll be like the Mean Girls call where Siggy's on the other end. She's like, you said that about me? Anyway, I should go because I'm running out of time. My slot is almost over. So thank you. Dog bless. And don't do drugs unless you want to, but do them safely and if you're of legal age. Okay, I'm gonna go now. Okay, bye-bye. Bye-bye now. Bye-bye. Bye-bye now. Bye-bye.